Good morning. It is now Saturday of the MotoAmerica trip here in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm excited for some racing this afternoon. My poor bike has been covered in bugs on the long trip here, so I'm gonna do a little hack to get all the bugs off quickly and easily without making a mess. So here's the bike, just absolutely smothered in bugs. So I just got these wet paper towels on there, and there's a wet rag just to show you can use paper towels or a rag. Let them soak for a little bit, and then we'll see how we get this cleaned off here. So there's the completed cleaning. It's not perfect, but if you let it soak long enough, it does moisten up the insect carcasses, and they come off pretty easily from all these surfaces that were taking a lot of bugs. So a little more presentable today. Hopefully won't be quite so dirty at the races today, although it was a little bit of a badge of honor and got some admiring and respectful looks from some of the other motorcyclists when I told them I rode all the way from Colorado here. All right, we have arrived at the demo days area. Once again, a beautifully diverse parking lot of motorcycles, and we've got Triumph and Yamaha here doing some demos, so I'm going to see if I can demo a bike from each. We're going to take this Triumph Tiger 900 GT Pro, the more road-focused version, out for a spin, see how that goes. So far, the other one had really nice roll-on power, really well sorted suspension and everything. Man, this sits even lower than my Versus, which is nice. Very nice little bike. Takes it just a moment to boot up. Fire it up and get ready to go. So this one has a quick shifter. I just went from first to second, no problem, with no clutch. When you're slowing down and stopping, you still need to use the clutch, of course. All the controls are in different locations, so it's a little unusual for me. That was with a clutch, but you can do it without, like right there. Second to third, no clutch. Really beautiful. The fueling is really nice and well sorted. It's not quite as vibrational as the Versus that I ride. There's still some when you get it up to speed, at least on the Rally Pro it did. We'll see how this feels on this nice loop. Really a nice feel. Very comfortable. Sits lower, I can flat foot it on the ground, and the roll-on power is great. Comes with cruise control, heated grips, and the GT Pro even comes with a heated seat, which is a really luxurious bonus. TFT dash here, it's got all sorts of things, and you can even check your tire pressure. It tells you the ambient temperature. You can even, with the electronically adjustable suspension, you can even verify all the preload and get it to adjust itself for you, which is super nice. So a lot of great, really luxurious features for this bike. Alright, so here we are on the demo loop. Beautiful little loop with a lot of trees and beautiful roads. Nice little residential area. They really selected a nice route for this demo loop. Even included a little bit of Alabama roadkill right there for us. What's Alabama with a little bit of roadkill? Feels real nice and smooth in the corners. It goes back and forth really easily. One thing I was wondering is, with the 19-inch front wheel as opposed to the 17-inch front wheel on most street bikes, would that make it feel like it doesn't turn in as well, or somehow not as street friendly? So far I'm not feeling that. On the Rally Pro I did feel that just a little bit. Got a whole biker gang here going on. The 21-inch front wheel on the Rally Pro and maybe it was the little more aggressive tread on the tires as well. Didn't feel quite as road friendly. There's some roll-on power for the Tiger 900 GT Pro. It definitely has it. You're kind of hanging on at risk of doing the old whiskey throttle, where you ham fist the throttle a bit, go too hard, and then the more you're trying to hold on for dear life, the more you're actually turning the throttle up. Of course, I am a well-sorted, experienced motorcyclist, so I would never do that. But it does have a lot of giddy up in the acceleration when you turn the throttle open, so you do have to hold on just a bit. So really just a beautiful area, and I'm very thankful that I conveniently happened upon the Triumph and Yamaha demo days at the raceway today. This was a pleasant surprise, and it also convinces me that this Tiger 900 GT Pro that I've been thinking about would probably be a really good purchase. You know, the only thing that has sort of bothered me about potentially getting one, of course, the price, but two, the muffler on the right side sits quite high, such that if you put side panniers on the side, the luggage rack on the side, the right side actually has to be smaller because it has to sit out further from the bike than the left side, so you get two different side cases. I guess the benefit of that is you never mistake which one is the right or the left. The downside is less luggage because the muffler is taking up a lot of the space that you would be using for your luggage. So far it seems like about the only downside, along with maybe the price of the Tiger 900 GT Pro, but an excellent bike to be sure. Here's some more of this beautiful demo route. I'm going to go over just a little body of water, quaint little bridge here. The beauty of this engine is I didn't even have to downshift right there. In a sense, this engine lets you be a little bit lazier with regard to shifting. It's got a nice broad power band, torque band that even if you didn't downshift for some of these turns, you can still pick it up okay. I will downshift here for this one, and that gives you a little more pep to accelerate out of the turn if you'd like. I will say with this road suspension, I'm feeling these bumps a whole lot more than I did on the Rally Pro. Boy, that Rally Pro absorbed all these potholes and bumps like nothing. I could barely even tell they were there. This road suspension, I have it on road mode, so it should be fairly standard setting for it. But on this GT Pro, you do feel those bumps quite a bit more. Well, here we are. Beautiful Alabama, beautiful Tiger 900 GT Pro, and let's go maybe try another Triumph motorcycle. You see that fan right there? That's a radiator fan. You do feel that heat blowing onto your legs as it's riding. I don't know if there was one on the other side, but it felt like both legs were feeling quite a bit of heat being blown off onto them. I guess that would keep me warm in the colder Colorado climate, but in the summertime might be a bit of a concern. Otherwise, it was very comfortable for a nice bike. There's that high slung exhaust. That's my only real other concern with it, but wonderful, very nice bike. All right, trying to take maximum advantage of this demo day that I had so happily stumbled upon. I'm going to take out this Triumph Scrambler 1200 XC, which is their road-based, more comfortable version. The XE is that olive one over there. That's more the off-road based one. So we're gonna take this out on the loop, see how it feels, and enjoy the ride here. Let's get mounted up. It's got a wide seat, kind of similar in height to the Tiger, but the seat being so much wider, it's almost kind of harder to flat foot, whereas in the Tiger GT Pro I could easily flat foot. So let's get a look at the dash here, see how that is, and we'll get ready to go. Alright, so this wide flat seat gives it really kind of an old school feel, like I'm sitting on an old banana seat bicycle from childhood. It's a 1200cc Triumph Twin. It's got a nice little rumble to it, a lot of little power and grunt down low, kind of like an American V-twin type thing, large displacement twin. You probably wouldn't even need a first gear unless you want to start off fast. We're just kind of cruising along, hanging out in second here. Fairly comfortable. You can kind of scoot your butt way forward toward the tank here, and then you have a pretty upright riding position. I think the natural position is a little more leaned forward here with your bottom in kind of the middle of the seat. But no windscreen, just me and the road in front of me, a couple of rear view mirrors, but other than that, it's freedom, as they say, the open road. Just you and motorcycle underneath you. Fairly minimalistic dash, is kind of stylish. It's old school. It looks like it's analog, but it's actually digital. And you can hear that nice rev of the 1200cc engine. In contrast to the Tiger, with the tank size, with the Tiger 900 Rally, there was kind of a weird protecting finish on the tank that kind of dug into your thighs when you squeeze the tank. The GT Pro Tiger 900 did not have that. It was much more comfortable, but not quite perfect on the tank. Not as much as my Versys, actually. My Versys was more comfortable. With this one, this really stylish, cool tank gets very narrow underneath the top of it, to the point where I really, if I want to squeeze the tank, I really got to bring my legs together a lot, which is almost too much. I wish it were a little bit wider. That puppy's got some power. And I feel all of the force of the wind on my entire body. In a sense, it's kind of nice. It feels free. You've just got this motorcycle underneath you, but nothing in front of you. A lot of wind. Short term, it's kind of sweet, kind of nice. Feels free and flying. Gives you that sense of flying through the air. I am convinced on a long ride, though, that would get quite fatiguing. But yeah, you're just feeling all of it. No cruise control here. A lot less amenities, just a more basic bike. No quick shifter. No heated seat. I don't think it has heated grips. Just a sweet engine, really cool styling, kind of a retro feel, but a modern retro styling. Beautiful bike in my opinion. So Triumph has not gotten rid of all amenities. There are basic things like gear shift position indicator and fuel gauge, those kind of things. I'm sure there are other things I'm not aware of, but this isn't supposed to be a review of the bike per se, just enjoying this wonderful demo day at the Barber Motorsports Park. What a day. So one other thing I've decided that's really nice with these Triumphs, well, a couple of things. Their fueling is awesome, so that when I roll off the throttle, I don't have such serious engine braking that I had, or well, had on my Kawasaki before I flashed the ECU. Even now, letting off the throttle here, you kind of just coast down as you'd expect. Could be a little smoother, I suppose, but the Kawasaki naturally just has really hard engine braking, so when you roll off the throttle, the whole bike lurches forward and slows you down, which maybe they feel is a safety measure. Maybe that's more of a fuel economy thing to get you to pull the clutch in when you're slowing down, so you let the revs go all the way down. But the other thing that's really nice about the Triumph, their gear position indicators do not go away when you pull the clutch in. So I've got the clutch pulled in and I still see which gear I'm in. I was realizing as I was riding this bike that when I'm downshifting, I'm in the habit of counting, because as soon as I pull in my clutch on my Versys, I lose the gear position indicator. It goes to a flat line, little dash. So it's just nice to have the bike know what gear you're in, even though the clutch is pulled in. So that's really nice as well. It's a really nice, I like this bike. Heck of a day. Thought I was done. The Triumph guy is convincing me to take out the 1200 GT Pro here. Triumph Tiger 1200 GT Pro, just for comparison. So I'm going to give that one a ride too. I'm sure it's going to be great just like the others. This place is just alive with movement, loading up tires, people taking shocks on little motorized carts, moving all over the place. It's pretty amazing. They'll let you get right up next to the pit stop area here. They're out on their warm-up lap, I believe, for the Medallia Superbike Race 1. So at the end of every race, they've got to bring their bikes here for inspection to make sure they are still qualified by the technical specifications by the end of the race. So that's Hayden Gillum comfortably in the lead. This is the Stock 1000 races that have begun.
Because you're trying to catch them in break. So
we got a motorcyclist pulled off the track over there. Track staff is going over to check on him. This is the Stock 1000 race is going. Hayden Gillum is comfortably in the front right here. Okay, so things are getting ready to wrap up here on Saturday. They finished the main races. There's a couple of smaller races still finishing up. The last thing on the docket for today for me is to take my Versys on a lap around the track. At the end of Saturday, when the track goes cold, you can take your bike out on for a fan lap. So we're gonna do that, try to record that for you so you can enjoy it. Let's get going on the track.